UGC is looking for evidence of academic quality, equivalence of the home campus, clear governance, and also strong financial capacity and investment. But really what we're going to focus on here is more of the state level engagement. At this stage, universities will also need to engage legal and consultancy partners potentially, and doing that early in the process is really important to support due diligence, potentially readiness assessments, and also some initial alignment with regulatory expectations. And that makes the whole process much smoother from the start. Once that UGC process is in motion, the approval and the LOI has been obtained, institutions will then enter a much more strategic planning phase. And here is where some of those decisions that Angela talked through, so of course, Knowledge City over the location, Knowledge City providing that facilitated and plug and play option as well. Joint versus solo venture, so whether you're going to enter into the market as a solo institution or joint with either industry or a local Indian university, and also that consideration of flat or vertical campuses. But as Angela's spoken through those a little bit, I won't talk about those too much. Once you've received that letter of intent from UGC, as I say, this is where an institution would formally enter the Tamil Nadu facilitation system and process. And at this point, this is when Guidance Tamil Nadu would become the primary interface, coordinating discussions between the institution, various state departments, from, say, land and planning to infrastructure, policy alignment as well. This is where really deep understanding of the state's education policies and other relevant policies such as the R&D policy, industrial policy, and also the Private Universities Act also comes into play. And having that understanding, that deep knowledge, will really support future discussions and understanding of what is important in this process, what the state is looking for and expecting from a foreign university. Engaging with guidance early on is really important. It ensures that clarity, you're clear on the sequence that you'll be undertaking, clear on timelines, there's that mutual understanding from both sides, and it's also the simplest and most practical pathway to establishment. The next major milestone would be preparing a detailed project report with the support of guidance. This would capture your institution's academic vision, your campus model, any requirements that you have for land or expression of interest in Knowledge City, which will have been done at an earlier time, and also your phased development plan and operational plan going forwards. Guidance will then support facilitation of submitting that DPR to the Interdepartmental Committee for a review to look at feasibility, making sure it's aligned with state priorities. And during that period, institutions may also be progressing their operational developments, so infrastructure, staffing, systems, compliance, starting to think about the courses that you'll be offering as well. Once that is in place, that will be approved by the Interdepartmental Committee, and at that point, the process of developing your operations in line with the UGC institutional readiness assessment will take place, and ultimately culminating in UGC approval to commence operations. So just to summarise, what would successful entry to Tamil Nadu look like for a foreign higher education institution? I think the key really is engage early and just engage. It's not necessarily about just getting one approval right and then moving on to the next one. It's really about managing all those connected processes from national authorisation and approvals to state level delivery and alignment as well. I think the institutions that succeed will be those ones that engage early and build those really strong and genuine relationships with relevant individuals and agencies within the state. The DPR will support anchoring that vision that universities have, and having that really solid DPR in place will ensure that universities can maintain the momentum as they move towards the operational phase. So I'll conclude on that point, and I think hand over for the next speaker.
Very good evening, one and all present here. Let me introduce myself. Some of you can wait. I'm Professor Rita John, Registrar of the University of Madras, the first university to be established in the country, which is 159 years old. I'm happy to be the second woman Vice Chancellor of this long-aged university, and I'm also Professor of Theoretical Physics. And I'm not an 11th substitution, but almost a 12th substitution for the DS, the Deputy Secretary IAS of Higher Education Department. But since I'm in the Higher Education Department for more than 3 decades, and now also in administration, and I am the one who coordinated the BSc Blended Science program for Melbourne University, and we have been successfully running the program for the past 4 years. I also have experience as Fulbright professor and visited many countries for lecturing. So with this background, I just would like to start with congratulating TIDCO and the government of Tamil Nadu, the entire team, for bringing the whole world into one campus. And they did not bring only the institutions of higher education, both in India and abroad, they have also brought the industries, libraries, sports, and whatnot. And I have the advantage here, let me just start with this, and then I will go into the regulations. And here the advantage is, coming to the academic, and I'm representing higher education again. So in higher education, we have the very stringent rules, of course, to ensure the quality in different institutions. But in curriculum design of late in the recent past years, we have got the board which should have an industry expert. And there is industry expert, and we do have skilling and upskilling programs. But as academicians, we find it very difficult to place all the students into different industry when it comes to internship and project. But now I was just telling our managing director, sir, you have brought everybody into one place, and it would be very easy for students to choose any industry of their choice, because it's going to be there. And we were finding it difficult to sending students to different places and finding placement, and each student would have their own liking. And this is the excellent model, I should say. I congratulate you, sir, once again on behalf of Higher Education Department, and you have made this possible for our students in the future. So industry collaboration, exposure the students get, both nationally and internationally with experts and industry, is going to be marvelous, and we are going to see the outcome of this endeavor in the next few years. And so I am very grateful to our Tamil Nadu government and the TIDCO for that. Now coming to the regular procedure. So we do have private universities, deemed universities, and we do have private colleges coming under the universities. Like University of Madras has got 148 colleges, and some of them are private colleges. And we do have the procedure, very quickly I'll run through it, where they need to submit the application, whether it is university or under the university or deemed to be university. The Higher Education Department takes care of initiation and general procedure I'm just talking. And they need to submit the application along with the topology and the fees to be paid and the focus and the vision and how they are going to go about it. And then there will be an expert committee who will visit, including the DOT Commissioner and the Commissioner of Higher Education, the Secretary of Higher Education sitting, or a former Vice Chancellor. Then there's going to be a kind of an inspection, and then they come out and with the intent, and then it has to be signed, and then there will be endowment, and then endowment should be given, and then there will be transfer from the trust to the name of the university. And all these things, within 3 months' time, they are given the sanction. This is the procedure. Now coming to the foreign private, this is private, but other than that, if it is a regular college, I am happy to mention University of Madras is within the 10, 15 within NIRF ranking, at least 8 of our colleges are placed. So we have very strong colleges under the University of Madras. Now, when we initiate a foreign course with it, let me make it clear to you. I will come to the knowledge city little later. So now when you initiate a foreign, because students are there, faculty members are here, any foreign program into any university or college, first of all, UGC says, this is the UGC mandate given to us. So that's all I'm sharing. And you need to verify. And then and there they will change. So within the particular university should find place within the first 100 in NIRF ranking. This is again quality assurance. And then you can adopt any foreign course. And the procedure here is, first you should get a UGC permission to start. And even if any college wants to start a certificate course or a diploma program or any transfer, twin program, only for certificate and diploma program, they can initiate and inform the respective universities. If any of you are interested, you can do that. And then if you are going to start a program like twinning program where 2 years the students do here and 2 years they go abroad and do, then the university should give permission. And it is routed through the university. Now this is the procedure. But from the student's point of view, I'm coming to the student's point of view now. You may think, will I get accreditation or will this course be recognized? When I do with the foreign university, will I get a government job here? Will I get a place? Because we have a concept called equivalence. The teachers will know that. So will I get equivalence? Don't worry. So all that the institution will take care. Higher education department has got very beautiful regulator structure. So we need to place it in the syndicate, academic council, senate, and get the governor assent. Before that, TANSCI, that is Tamil Nadu Higher Education, will also tell us. After that only, we are allowed to start the course. So the students need not worry, the universities will take care of it. I was just listening to our Honorable Managing Director of RIDCO. He said, I'm going to make it everything very simple and easy, and a single window system also. So once you get the UGC permission, when it comes, now I'm coming to Knowledge Connect. He is going to make it very easy. Sir, you please make it easy for us also in universities. So slowly we will, we are globalizing. So the universities are already doing it, but the universities can also collaborate with the foreign universities in Knowledge Connect, so that that will make it more meaningful and inclusive.